Okay, mine's Lee Perry. It's the 2nd of February, and I'm sat here with three extended diploma in sports students. Just like to say your name for the camera, please.
Ian Turner.
Matt Kinnersley.
Stuart Davis.
Okay, so today, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little discussion about the environmental issues relating to 4 different activities. Okay, I think you've put 4 environmental impact reports together, haven't you?
Yeah.
As a result of those activities, right? Okay, so if you'd like to start, what's the first activity?
High ropes.
High ropes. Okay, so on the high ropes course, if you just want to talk me through the areas that you feel have been altered to, detrimentally in any way.
So it's just the Skirn Lodge grounds really that have been affected in any way.
Right.
For the high ropes, because obviously the course is built on their site, their land.
Right. Okay, so what do you mean by the grounds? What's been the environmental issues relating to having that activity on site?
So there's obviously the apparatus damaging the environment, because obviously most of the apparatus is built from wood, which wood's going to come from trees and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay. Any other issues?
So obviously, like, building it would cause destruction to like the wildlife and around it as well.
Yeah.
But also using it would cause it because of like noise and light pollution.
Okay.
So obviously, like, if you've got a lot of people on it, it's going to be a lot of noise coming from there.
Yeah.
It's going to disrupt the wildlife around it.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got wildlife disruption. You've got the fact that it's made of materials which you need to destroy wildlife to a certain extent. To anything else?
Yeah, got like when they're setting up the actual like courses and that, they're having to put the wooden poles into the ground.
Yeah.
So they're damaging, the grass and the floor to put the things together. So.
Okay. So what strategies are in place, or have you come up with to try and reduce that impact?
We got obviously for when they're using the wood to make the apparatus, we said they could plant trees.
Yeah.
So then they can
on site. Or?
Yeah, on site. Anywhere they can really, to try and sort of level out the fact that they've had to probably use trees to make the apparatus that they've already got.
Yeah.
That's the saying as well. It's all isolated to one area. It's not all spread out. It's all set through one stretch of area.
So they're damaging one area, but not necessarily damaging. And that's isolated.
Keeping it down to a minimum in terms of how much they're damaging.
Okay. Any other measures that are in place, Liam?
There's like noise level control.
Yeah.
So trying to keep like the noise as minimal as possible.
Okay. How do they manage that?
Well, obviously it's in one area. So
yeah. It's isolated.
It's all isolated, really.
Yeah.
So, say it'd be better to do it in one area because you're only causing noise in that area. But say if it was in 2 areas, you'd be causing noise in both areas.
Yeah.
Which will cause more disruption.
Yeah. Are there any? Is there any other way that they reduce the noise levels? Apart from it being isolated.
So they can tell when they're actually doing events and stuff with clients.
Yeah. You
can actually warn them and just say, don't go around screaming and shouting. Just try if you can to keep the noise levels down.
Who does that?
The instructors.
Instructors, right? Okay. All right. With regards to that, so you've come up with some measures there of how to reduce that impact of high ropes in that locality. Do you want to evaluate a couple of those areas? You don't have to, but if you want to, you can do. In terms of, evaluate the approach that you've stated to reduce that impact.
I think it's for the isolated one, for about where they've placed it. I think it's good that if they do it like that, because if they have one group of say 30 people, it's better to have it all in that one area. Like,
Yeah.
so then it's only disrupting one, like Liam said, only one place. But if they were to have say three different groups of 10 people, then that's in effect that's probably less noise but triple the amount of damage happening because it's more places getting affected by it.
Right.
And then with the trees being planted as well, that obviously helps, because when they've been building the apparatus, obviously that's been releasing CO2 into the air. Obviously by planting trees, the trees suck in all the CO2 and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's helping obviously
Yeah,
to control that as well.
Yeah. Any downside to that?
Getting the time to do it as well, I suppose, and getting obviously if you can find it difficult to do it if their grounds isn't that big,
Yeah.
they could be taking up space that they already need.
Yeah. Yeah. So in a practical sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's high roads. Have we gone to your next activity?
So this is rafting. Obviously the areas, we've got the river and the general area around
Yeah.
where they're using.
Okay. So if you give me one effect on the environment that rafting on the river is going to have, Liam.
Well, it's going to disrupt the wildlife in the river and also around the river because of obviously noise, and then obviously the boat we move in the water can also cause bank erosion.
Okay. So with regards to the wildlife, why is wildlife disrupted by you going on a raft on the river?
Well, because the raft's going through the water.
Yeah.
It's moving the water. It's you know, the fish and whatever might be like all settled on that river. Obviously, when we come through it, it's going to shock them, and they're going to have to move somewhere else to.
Okay. All right. Another.
So obviously CO2 being released
Yeah.
as well, obviously because they have to travel to get to the area that they use on the river. So obviously that doing that is going to
How do they travel there?
Via minibus.
Right. So so that's releasing CO2 into the local atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any more, Stuart?
Yeah, when they wash the boats and that, obviously it's with chemicals, so that can, if they do it like on site when they're actually at Skern, it's a bit different because it's sort of on their grounds. But if they're doing it once they finish the event, then it can get released into the water and stuff and could be harmful to the fish and that.
All right. So how would you reduce that impact?
We got designated entry and exit points, so it's not sort of scattered around. So they're sort of getting out the water and then can clean it at one point in the river and do the same when they come out. So it's sort of in at one end, out at one end, rather than all over the place.
Right.
So for when they're washing it, they're not washing it in different loads of random places.
Okay. Any more strategies that you'd use to reduce that impact, Matt?
So
your comment in particular.
With the CO2, obviously they only take one minibus.
Yeah.
So that keeps it down to the minimum that they can. Obviously that's obviously good because obviously taking more than one minibus would be obviously too much to release so much more CO2.
Okay. Liam, got another?
Yeah. So like in terms of like splashing in the water, the instructors can tell the students to keep the noise and the splashing to sort of try and keep it to a minimum rather than say if they were messing around causing lots of splashing, that will cause more harm to the wildlife.
Okay, all right. So moving on to your third activity.
So it's the tunnels, and the area covered here is just obviously the Skern Lodge grounds.
Right. So sorry to interrupt. The just for the video, just explain how the tunnels have been actually made and where they're about and what they actually look like.
So they've been made on the Skern Lodge course on their grounds.
Yeah.
It's away in one corner.
Yeah.
It's all made. I believe it's made from concrete.
Yeah.
But then obviously it's covered in grass, so it's all underground.
Yeah.
With plastic tubing. I think it is.
So you've got a network of tunnels that are underground essentially.
Yeah.
They're built into it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So what are the main areas of concern with regards to the environment?
So obviously, building it causes CO2 because obviously it's all built from concrete.
Yeah.
That's obviously going to release CO2 into the air and pollution.
Yeah. That's one issue.
Like digging all the ground up in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's a lot of wildlife is going to be living on that ground and under
Yeah.
that ground.
Mm-hmm.
So when they dig all that up, they're basically taking away, you know, where they live and also sort of like food resources for wildlife.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Stuart, got any more areas of...
Obviously, when they are building it and they're setting it all up, it's going to be really noisy as well. For if they have to move things and sort of hit things into place, sort of thing. So that's going to be another effect for the wildlife. Not maybe things so close to it, but other things will be able to hear it and they might get a bit shocked by it. So.
Some noise, lots of noise pollution. Yeah, yeah. All right. So what strategies can you put in place to reduce some of those measures? Just if you can just give me one, Stuart.
We got just noise level control really. Just try and keep it down to a minimum if you can.
Yeah.
Sort of don't purposely make.
Who would supervise that?
Well, the instructors, I should imagine, if they're not setting it up themselves, building it, let the builders know and just say, this is the problem we've got. If you can keep it down to a minimum, then that would be great.
Okay, Matt?
So obviously, with the building of it, it's only built once, so that will help reduce it, because obviously building it once is not going to cause any more harm or release any more CO2, and obviously with building it as well, they're same as some of the others before, they're going to plant trees as well to help with the CO2.
So they're going to offset that damage by planting trees elsewhere, yeah. All right, that's a good, okay, I like that. All right, Liam?
Also, they could sort of take part in wildlife projects to sort of create new areas for that wildlife to grow.
Yeah.
So whatever wildlife they've taken away from the area, they'll try and do something to sort of bring it back.
Okay.
And sort of trying to get a place where they can live.
All right.
Where they've taken away their sort of space.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've got, that's tunnels, high ropes. What's your third?
This is the last one.
This is the last one. We had
done rafting as well. So the last one's climbing.
All right, yes, of course, yeah.
So the area for this, obviously, this the skirting grounds and obviously the wall.
Yeah. So Liam, if you can give me an environmental issue that climbing how it can affect that local environment.
So obviously building it will, you know, affect the wildlife because they're building on where the wildlife are living. They're going to be, you know, destroying their sort of living space.
Yeah.
So it's primarily made out of wood.
Yeah.
So obviously they're going to be chopping the trees down.
Yeah.
Which will, you know, again, see less trees will mean like less wildlife.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Pretty
Never good
well.
chopping trees down, is it? Matt, any other?
So there's visual and noise pollution as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's quite a tall tower that it's built to be, so it can be quite visible.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's houses surrounding as well.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to see down onto it and might cause, obviously, it's going to cause pollution. They're
Sure.
going to miss some of the views from like where they are. It could be in the way.
Yeah.
Right near the sea there.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the noise pollution is from building it and people being on it as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when you're building it, it's going to be quite noisy putting it together.
Yeah.
Workers and that putting it together.
Stuart, any other issues?
Building the actual wall could release some CO2 when they're obviously using stuff to build it, which can upset wildlife and other people as well.
Yeah. Oh, world at large. Okay, what are your solutions to try and address some of those issues?
We got isolating the activity, so sort of having it in the best suitable place, so not having it bang in the middle of where everyone can see it sort of thing, so having it sort of in the corner would be a bit better. So visual pollution is lowered, noise pollution could be lowered as well.
Okay. Matt?
Obviously, noise level control, so obviously try asking people when they're building it as well to keep things to a minimum. And obviously when the people are using it for the activities and stuff, try and keep screaming and shouting down to a minimum, just like get on with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam?
So obviously they've built it out of like wooden things, so obviously they can plant trees
Yeah.
to sort of compensate for the amount of trees they've used
Sure.
for the wall
Yeah.
by planting, however many trees they've used. They
Yeah.
plant that amount, so it's sort of
Yeah. Offset the
offsets
damage
the-
caused. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. That's 4 activities.
That's the
then?
4 activities.
Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, so that concludes our discussion today. Thank you for participating. All right, and I'll watch the videos and give you a grade in the next week.